finally sat down and told me who my real dad was, and that was my sister's dad. He's a dick. He's in prison too. I don't want to marry bad people, but he was more of like he was just a troublemaker. He was just a troublemaker. I lived with my mom the longest. But my favorite dad was one of her ex-husbands. Another ex-husband. His name was Wally. Yeah, she met him in Denver, Colorado. And he was my favorite dad, because he's the one who actually spent time with us. He's like the only one that actually cared. Like, I'm not saying they all didn't care, but obviously my dad didn't. Rodney eventually got divorced. My fucking Tommy's my brother's dad didn't care, obviously. For God's sake, it's obvious he didn't care. No. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna leave these three because I know they're last and I don't want to kill them with Thunderwall. But he was the best dad. Well, he was the best dad. He stayed the longest. He actually spent time with us. But they eventually got divorced because of my stepbrother. The stepchildren, basically. They couldn't handle it anymore, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Because they're assholes. They honestly were. They're assholes, but they're family still. But they've gotten better since the family, like, since we split. But okay, I killed myself. I always fuck with the last zombie, and it's gonna get me killed. I don't care. But the next husband, his name was Billy, and that's the one she had to go to court with, but didn't have to go to court because we got called off it, or she got called off it. But he didn't care about us at all. He only cared about our mom, basically. So, yeah. He was probably the worst one. Well, not the worst, obviously, because the reason they got together is because they were best friends when they were younger. They were like inseparable when they're younger. You know, like kind of like a bond you'd make when you're young. But they got married, and well, it didn't even last 2 years. It didn't even last 2 years. He was a control freak. We didn't know that obviously because, you know, not seeing someone for what 31 years maybe. It takes a toll, you know. You want to get to know him again and everything.
You numbskulls better just turn around and walk away.
But, you know. And that's when we moved up to Utah. He lived in Utah, so we moved up there for a little bit. But with my dad Wally, we moved to Denver, which was actually the best time we had up there. But so we moved up to Salt Lake City, Utah, and I can't stand the heat, right? I live in a kind of a cold area, not like Alaska or anything, but kind of a cold area, and I can't stand the heat. So it was already miserable because of how hot it was in Salt Lake City. And it didn't help that the house we lived in was infested with cockroaches. It was honestly the worst, like, 7 months, because we didn't even get, like, we barely went through the school up there. We moved. They were still married. We moved with him back to our house in the town I live in now. But what happened, like, so we moved back, and they eventually broke up. They got divorced. They eventually got divorced. He moved back to Utah. We stayed in our town. I almost said the name. I just don't want to say the name right now. But if you do the math, you might figure like if you figure out like 4 hours away from Denver, you might be able to figure out where I live. Hey, that'll be a little test if anyone wants to try that. But they eventually got divorced, and she hasn't been married since. Like she's currently seeing a guy, but he's drunk. He makes her happy when he's sober. Okay. And because he lived with us for a solid month, maybe. Solid month. Before we had to kick him out because of how drunk he was getting. They got to the point where he around the house, but hey, what can you do, right? When you're this young. So we eventually kicked him out. That believe it or not, the thing that got him kicked out was that when he was drunk one time, the last straw basically was when he called my sister a whore and couldn't keep her leg shut. It made me laugh, okay? Because me and my sister already had bad blood with each other. So it made me laugh. But she got completely pissed off about it. Obviously, if you get called a whore, you're obviously gonna get pissed off. I didn't laugh loudly. I was like laughing in my head, but it was kind of pissed off at the same time. So he got kicked out for that. And they're still seeing each other. He lives in Grand Junction. They see each other from time to time. Like she'll go down there and visit him. And see, I'm okay with being left at the house alone. I've been doing it for a while. Mostly because both parents worked, or my mom's been single for the past couple years, you know, like couple years, yeah, maybe 2 years, maybe. She's been single, so you know, obviously, I gotta deal with living home alone. I've learned how to cook and everything. She taught me some of the things I know about cooking. Other things I watch from, like, say, Man vs. Food. You know, just see ideas and try them. Like Gordon Ramsay, Hell's Kitchen. Now, see, my interests are slightly different from other kids. Like, say, I'm talking about cooking when they're talking about, like, say, like Transformers. Transformers, or, you know, some kind of kid thing, basically. And, see, when you grow up with a single parent or something like that, you mature faster. Wait, that's the word. You mature faster. Or you learn how to take care of yourself a lot faster. You don't need a single parent to learn, you know, responsibilities and everything, but it doesn't help, but it gets the job done, as well as having a, well, like, two-parent family. How long have I been playing? I've been playing this for like 3 hours. It did not take me this long to get. It didn't take me this long to get to round 47 last time. Die! Thank you.
Hey, what can I tell you? I get shit done.
I don't care if I have enough money to buy ammo, so. And plus, if it is like a max ammo round, I'll just use my haymaker. So yeah, I've had some problems in my life. We've all lost people, like death-wise. I'm not talking about like leaving or something like that. I'm talking about like when a family member dies. Like I've lost a lot. Before I was born, I lost my sister, like my oldest sister. She was 19. She died of a brain tumor. Died of a brain tumor. I didn't get to know her, which saddens me. I wanted. I'm obviously curious. I wanted to know what kind of person she was, but. But anyway, my grandma died when I was 4. Grandma, not grandpa. My grandpa's still alive. I've lost Pets. We've all lost pets, and that's heartbreaking for the children. It's life for the parents, because parents are like I don't want to sound selfish, but when you grow up, when you start aging, or so like when you lose some people, you eventually become cold to it, or like you'll still cry at a funeral. But when other people talk about how they've lost people, you wait, but you're cold to it. You don't really show real emotion. Unless it's just me or other people. I get saddened whenever death is talked about. I go into a silent. I go silent. Basically. I don't want to talk about my losses. But I know there is one thing you shouldn't do, is hide behind grief. Grief is a huge thing, yes, but I don't want to sound selfish. It's gonna sound selfish to people. But when we're talking about grief, you don't hide behind it. Well, you hide behind it, obviously. Like, say work, you can hide behind grief. Like, that's fine. They understand. What I'm talking about is, when you lose someone, you obviously aren't as tolerable to, say, like, insults and everything. But using using the death of a family member to make an excuse to stop being bullied, it doesn't work. Is what I'm trying to say. It's like I never really told people about my losses. Maybe a couple people, but a while ago when I wasn't stupid. I was a smart kid, but I was kind of cold. Like, it was when I was going through one of my depressing stages, and it was like anger, one of my anger, like mood swings, or because I'm not bipolar. I just have mood swings. I don't have like huge bipolar. Just happy 1 minute, sad the next. But that's just me. I hope I'm not bipolar. I don't think I am. Okay. I'll just leave it at that. I don't think I am. But this kid, we were playing Gears of War 3 is with one of my ex-friends, if you want to call it that. We had a falling out a long time ago. He was younger than me, but one of his friends, and I was already in a pissed off mood, obviously. And this kid, I'll admit, I was being a dick. I was being an absolute ass to this kid. And when he told me that his grandma died, like, not too long ago, I'm thinking the current day. He said his grandma died not too long ago. I said, we've all lost people. Hiding behind it just proves you're weak. Because, like, when you're younger, you think crying, or, like, say you have like a brother figure or a sister figure. They call you a wimp for crying or, like, showing emotion. When you get older, you learn that emotion is what proves you're human. You're not a monster, you're human. What I'm trying to say is, some people say men don't cry. But what people don't realize is true men cry. The ones who don't cry are heartless. Or, because, shit. I don't know, it's just, hiding behind grief.
Turn around and walk away.
It just sometimes doesn't work. That's what I'm trying to get at.
I'm not warning you again.
And the thing, like, thinking about it now, the thing that confuses me the most is when you lose someone, you seclude yourself. Most people seclude themselves, or kind of like say like I lost, say, my mom today. Hope not. God, I hope not. Or say like I lost my grandma today. Like she, instead of dying 4 years, like when I was 4, she died today. I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be broken. Like, I'd be not broken, but I'd be grieving, and I do it exclusively, or with my family. The thing that think about it now. The thing that confused me is that he got online after his grandma died. And the thing is, either he was hiding behind emotion, or he didn't want to prove that he was a monster.
Jackie B claims that a minor victory.